The Juvenile has a moderately sized field and enough early speed to stretch the field out. There shouldn't be too many with excuses. Fierceness ran a big figure in a sloppy sprint in Saratoga and bounced to the moon in Champaign. As previously noted, the barn has not done well in these races, but also note how Pletcher has done at Santa Anita overall. Not quite up to his norm, and we're going to have to see a couple of his dirt horses run well before we trust them. Suffice it to say, Chad Brown's dirt runners have not performed like his turf runners in California Breeders' Cups, which is too bad because General Partner has a lot going for him. A pair of tops for a 2-year-old often leads to a new top, and this guy is plenty fast already. But here's the thing. Even with good figures, good pattern, and Chad Brown, he'll still be a price. So that's the offset you get for the shipping from New York. Locke jumped forward to a big figure in his second start, then earned almost as good a figure last time after factoring in his wide trip. This colt has some similarities to General Partner, but it'll be only a fraction of the price. And while Brown's record ain't great, it's still better than Pletcher's, both in California and in these races specifically. Which brings things, as it usually does in California Dirt Stakes, to Baffert. The first of his runners here is Muth, who has run well in all 3 starts, including going 2 turns last time. Baffert is based in California, so that's that, right? Not so fast. Because it turns out that while Baffert has been better than Pletcher or Brown in these races, his record ain't so hot either, with about 75% not running their best. Muth is more likely to run his race than the other fast horses here, but he still may not. Prince of Monaco was the second Baffert. This colt exploded with a huge figure in his second start, then won a Grade 1 despite backing up substantially. Since then, nothing. He hasn't run in 8 weeks and skipped preps where he could have gone a mile or more, which is very un-Baffert-like. We're not sure what it means, and this colt is very fast on his best, but the way he's coming into this can't be a positive. The Wine Steward saved ground last time, which enabled him to finish a lot closer to Locke than he deserved to. Maker is another guy whose record leaves a lot to be desired, both in these races and at Santa Anita in general. We will discuss Brad Cox later on, but our analysis of Timberlake really isn't about him. This colt ran a big one at Ellis, bounced badly at Saratoga, then exploded in the slop to win the Champaign with a big figure. We don't like that the top came in the slop for an into mischief who figured to like it, and we don't like the bounce off the previous top when he had more rest than he does now. This is yet another fast horse we don't have confidence will run well at a relatively short price. Wind Me Up is very different than the others in this race that we discussed. He didn't run fast over the summer. In fact, he didn't run at all until September. He ran a moderate figure that day, then went forward and sent 2 turns last time. This guy has an under-the-radar, late-developing, real quiet kind of feel to him. The first time I ever met Baffert, he told me how good Indian Charlie was, and I told him, don't forget about your other horse. Wind Me Up isn't among the fastest, but he is clearly the most likely to run a new top in a race where many might not fire at all. Sometimes it's not who you like, it's who you don't. And in the Juvenile, we are looking to fade Prince of Monaco, Timberlake, and Locked at relatively short prices. Muth drew poorly, but should fire and get at least a piece of this, and Wind Me Up and General Partner are live long shots.